Hey everybody, my name is Chris, and today I'm going to install the HiBoost Travel 3.0 car cell phone booster in my 4Runner here. And I'm going to tell you about some of the features and some of the things that I'm looking forward to using this for. So let's get this installed. Okay, before we get started, this is everything that's in the box. You got the booster, you got the inside antenna, you've got the outside antenna, and you have the power cord, and of course the user manual. Now I've had a system like this before, so I know how to go ahead and I know how to install it, but I just wanted you to show what you're looking for. If you're doing a new install, this is what you're looking at in the box. So the first thing I would recommend when installing this is taking the external antenna. By the way, it has a magnet on it, pretty strong magnet, but taking it and making sure that it is away from any interference, anything like your cross rails that could give you any interference. So find a spot that is at least 12 inches away from any kind of interference, and then place that and start running your cable down to your door. Once you get down to where your door closes right here, now this is the no tools install way, and this thing boasts that you don't need tools to install it, and you really don't. But once you get down to here, this rubber grommet around your door will come, it will loosen up, and you're going to tuck your wires down in the space where the rubber grommet goes, all the way down to the bottom, threshold. I'll show you right here. So you're going to do that all the way down there, and you're going to go under that, and you're going to tuck it under your threshold just slightly. Now, even though this is a no tool, you could use a tool if you wanted to, and this is probably the only place you would even need to, but it's simply just to lift your threshold, your door threshold, and to tuck this under, to get it tucked under so that you're not going to trip on it when you exit the vehicle. So if you needed to, you could, but you don't have to. You can probably finagle that with your fingers, but I'm going to go ahead and use this tool and do that. Okay, so I got that tucked under there, and then also remember that you can put your door grommet back. So you just work that back in. So now you have very clean lines. Now you are going to have this little bit that'll stick out. So what you want to do is do a door close test. And as you can see, it's just fine. Okay, I just wanted to show you the booster module as well, because it is so well marked and so well done. So this is the heat sink for it. So this dissipates the heat. And on either end, you can see this says outdoor. So that's what you would connect your outdoor antenna. And then on the other side, it says indoor. So that's what the indoor antenna gets connected to. And place for your power. And also a place for USB right there, USB-C. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to connect the antenna. Okay, so here is the unit. Here's the antenna that I just brought in. We're going to take that off. We're going to take this piece off. And this just screws onto the unit right there. So that is your outdoor antenna. Now we'll get the power set up and the indoor antenna. Okay, so here is the power cord. Now, in my vehicle, I have two 12 volt cigarette lighter things in the back, and so mine is going to be relatively simple. But if you have only one in the front, I will say that this does have a long enough cord. It's got a very long cord. I'd say it's about 5 or 6 feet to be able to reach the unit if you're going to install it like this. But luckily, I have it kind of easy. So I will plug that in there and plug this end into my 12 volt. Now I'm going to be tucking this all under the floor mats, so it doesn't have to be pretty right now, but I just wanted to show you that that was the next step. Okay, so the way that this works is this booster will bring the signal in from the outside into the booster, and then it also sends that signal to an internal antenna, which if you're sitting anywhere right here or even in the back seat, you will get the benefit. So it can do multiple devices. So I have Velcro right here from a previous one that I had, and I'm going to utilize that same Velcro, but they did send Velcro, so I'm going to utilize that. But basically all you have to do is, and I don't think it matters if the word's upright or not, but find a spot on your dash where you can mount this, and then I'm going to run it under the center console back to the seat back there to connect to the booster. And basically that's the install, and then you power it on and we're going to test it. So that's what we're going to do right now. Okay, I want to re-emphasize what I'm doing here. My center console just pops out, so I didn't have to use any tools for that. So basically I ran it from over there under, and it's coming out right here. If you can see that, it's coming out right here, and it's going to go next to the seat and then run back to the unit. So that's what I'm doing. Okay, so I've pulled it back now, and now I'm just going to hook up this antenna, which is the indoor one. Get this all hooked up, and to make this a truly clean install, I need to do some cable management. So I'm going to go grab some cable ties and get all this fancied up. But I could even take this power cord and run it on the inside of this, which I probably will. So I'll be back and I'll get this all cleaned up, and then we'll give it a test. Okay, so here is everything all cleaned up. Now I did leave a little bit of slack so I can pull it out like this so I can check it. But the last thing you want to do is just want to make sure the antennas are on tight, make sure that it fits under your seat okay. And so now we're going to put everything back together in the car, and we're going to test this baby out. Okay, so before we start the test, I want to set some expectations about what this cell phone booster actually does. So first of all, you have to have at least 1 bar of signal, and it's not going to bring you from 0 to 1 to be able to make a call. You have to have at least a bar, but if you do, what it will do is it will add, another bar, or another bar, like up to 3 probably. So that's important to understand, that the use case for this is when you're out somewhere and you have 1 bar signal, but you need to make a call, an emergency call or something like that. So this will boost the signal to give you more bars so that you're more stable. So I just want to get that clear. So we're going to jump in the car now. I'm going to show you my before signal, and I'm going to show you my after signal when I turn it on. Okay, hopefully you can see this. I've got 2 bars in the corner there. You can see it right there. So what I'm going to do now is start up the car, and we'll see how big of a boost we get, because this powers the unit when you start the car. Alright, so give it a minute. We can put it over by the, give it a second here. Okay, now I'm boosted up to full bar. So I went from 2 bars to full bars. That's the results of that are not typical. That is just something that is happening where I am. So I just want to say that these are not typical results. You're going to get a boost 9 times out of 10 of like between 1 extra bar. But there you go. That is, if I were out and I only had 1 bar and it made me have 2, I would have a better range to make a phone call for an emergency.